Hello everyone, I'm Andres. Welcome to Doble Sports. Today in this video, I will talk about the national football teams for Mexico. So the Mexico women's national team is playing in the Concacaf Women's Gold Cup here in the United States, and the men's team announced who they will play against in the friendlies in the FIFA friendly dates during the international break in September. With that, let's get right into it. So, the Mexican women's national team is competing in the Concacaf Women's Gold Cup in the United States. And this time, the tournament has four CONMEBOL teams in this tournament. Four national teams from South America. Argentina, Brazil, Colombia, and Paraguay are playing in this tournament to not only, grow football here in the Americas, but to also make the tournament more competitive as a whole. The Mexican women's national team is in Group A with the United States, Argentina, and the Dominican Republic. And on Tuesday, February 20th, they had their first match of the tournament against Argentina. Mexico's first match ended with a tie between the two teams. The match ended 0-0. 0-0 without a single goal scored in the game. And unfortunately for the Pan American Games champions, this match and the result felt like a missed opportunity for Mexico. Mexico had the majority possession of the ball in this match with 16 shots and 5 shots on target during the game. But unfortunately, they could not complete the plays with good clean shots. There was there was a penalty for Mexico early in this game, and it was a golden opportunity to score a goal and be up 1-0 and have that advantage. But Rebecca Bernal, the center back, missed the shot wide to the left. So it wasn't a good look. It was a missed opportunity on, a golden plate, as they say. Just a golden opportunity lost there. And then Mexico also had a second really good opportunity to score. But unfortunately, it was a header to Greta Espinosa, but it was a failed header right in front of the goal, poorly struck off the head, and I think it was from what I remember, it was also wide to the left. It was this match could have been at least 2-0 for Mexico, especially with how the just Argentina played, and that was really how the whole game pretty much unfolded. Mexico had the energy and explosiveness on the offensive side of the ball to, without a doubt, be able to win the game, but they did not have the final strikes, the clean final shots to score. The missed penalty, a failed header, and then Maria Sanchez's best shot was blocked by one of the Argentine defenders. At the same time, Argentina, for a team that was in the Women's World Cup, they had a very underwhelming performance in this game. Kind of like they did in the Women's World Cup. The Argentine defenders did well in blocking the shots of the forwards and Mexican wingers, but produced nothing in attack. That's why for the Mexican women's team, it's a draw, and they got a point, and it's better than losing the game and not scoring any points in the group standings at all. But with the opportunities they had in this match, it does feel like a loss despite being a tie on paper and in the stats sheet. Now Mexico is in an interesting but more difficult position. They in their group they have the United States as well. So they will play the United States in the group stage and in their last match. And that will be a very difficult game for Mexico. Now the women's team, so that essentially puts the Mexico women's team in a gotta have it. They need to not only win, but they also need to put up a big result against República Dominicana, the Dominican Republic. So that in the case they do lose against the United States, who are favored to win, they can still qualify directly for the elimination phase to the quarterfinals with the best goal differential. The best goal difference. So that because you gotta imagine with the way Argentina performed, that they're not gonna beat the US like this. And they'll probably win against the Dominican Republic, but by how much? So goals and the goal difference will be very important, I think, in this group now. The draw against Argentina was without a doubt a missed opportunity, but there are still 2 games left in the group stage for them against the Dominican Republic and the United States. And with the top 2 teams advancing directly, along with the 2 best third-place teams in the group stage, it's definitely not over yet for the Mexican women's team. Their next match is Friday against the Dominican Republic, and hopefully they win. I'll be rooting for them. I'll be watching the game. Vamos, Mexico. Now, moving on to the Mexico men's national team. They have announced who they will play against in September's FIFA international dates. According to information from TUDN reporter Gibran Arraihe, Mexico will face Canada in Dallas and New Zealand in Los Angeles on September 7th and 10th, respectively. The 2 friendly matches will come after Mexico competes in this summer's Copa America, and Mexico obviously will look to continue developing and preparing for the 2026 FIFA World Cup, which Mexico will host along with Canada and the US. Now, Canada and New Zealand, they're not too historic or, prestigious, titans of football, like a world champion team, like Germany, like Argentina or France. But Canada is still going to be in the World Cup, and New Zealand is favored to qualify out of the OFC World Cup qualifiers, the Oceania Football Confederation, and their World Cup qualifying tournament. New Zealand is favored to win that and qualify for 2026. So they are going to play against 2 teams that are going to be competing in the 2026 World Cup. So it's World Cup caliber competition. I do still wish that one of the games would be in Mexico, so that the fans in Mexico could, they can go watch in person and support their team, as well as for the Mexican players themselves to be put to the test in front of their local fans. But with the Estadio Azteca undergoing renovations this summer in preparation for the 2026 World Cup, they cannot play at the designated Mexico national team home stadium. So that is definitely one issue that Mexico has, and why they're looking to play in various venues. Could they have had a game at another stadium in Mexico, Estadio Akron in Guadalajara or Estadio BBVA in Monterrey? I don't know. I don't know the logistics if there's other events being held at that time in those stadiums, but I think to have a game, at least one of those games in Mexico would have been great. But, it's set now. Oh, well. They are still going to be matches for the Mexico national team with a home atmosphere. They're going to be they're still going to nevertheless be very cool to watch, and hopefully Mexico wins both of them. Well, that's it for me today in this video. Thank you so much for watching. Leave a like, subscribe, help grow the channel. Leave your comments below. I would love to hear what viewers think. And thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next one.